Hello, gamers. Welcome in. Thank you for your patience on that one. Just getting everyone sorted and in on the server. I think a little late sort of starting the process of vetoes and whatnot. But we are ready to go. And we are back on Inferno. Whew. Goodness, a bar to start off here, the grand final.
I'm excited,
Is it
man.
illegal? Can I say my own? Can I call out my own bars? I think that's against the rules.
Half, mate. Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Sharp. Welcome everyone to the grand final. As you can see, this is our third map, so our third game even. So as it progresses, we get more delirious. But we're very excited. We've been here the whole season, so honestly, shout out ESL for letting us see off the season on a high note. We love this product. We love being part of it. And the 3D Max, Gravity and Lucky, and they kickstart things well with one apiece. And so there's now kind of don't really know what to do. Are they gonna pop through the smoke?
I mean, I guess so. Feels like to them, maybe their only option. That flash is not doing much, is it? Trying to call for a response, I guess. It's not a bad idea. They'll go through the second time of asking, though. A little bit smart the way that they have worked this through on the Sinners side of things, baiting out ammunition and whatnot, but it's a set of Julies on the other side of that smoke, and yeah, you're just not going to beat that, really, if you're not ready for it. The triple Julie setup goes pretty hard from 3D Max, and it's mainly Lucky that is required. Really, really clean pistol to open.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. We're excited. It's a pretty, it's a decent veto, actually, in all fairness, in the sense that it actually gives this grand final a bit of time to breathe. I mean, it has the opportunity and the real possibility of going 3 maps here. Inferno, a map in which Sinners like a lot. Anubis, the kind of go-to pick for 3D Max whenever it's open, or for the most time when it's open, they pick into it. It's always been a bit of a comfort one for them. So, gives opportunities here, and of course that does too. If we do get there, Sinners have probably played some of the most officials on it of most of the teams that we know in the upper echelons of the scene, and 3D Max aren't too far behind. So they've both been really kind of trying to integrate this map in towards their pool, and I think a little bit of a different amount of success. I think a little bit more success over towards Sinners, but then of course the slightly lower caliber of teams you can say that they play against. All of these arguments do come through. You have a tech pause to kickstart things, though. I'm telling you, man, it's always 3D Max. I don't know what it is. They have something going on with whether it's PCs or internet or electricity. It's it. Yeah. Apparently it's an internet issue, though. And it's not even just for 3D Max. It's for everybody. So hopefully we can get back on the way in just a second. But so far, so good. 3D Max, got to start. Should get a buy here. It's a good little spot they can put themselves in.
Yeah, I think they can certainly open up confidently, and they come in as the favorites, as the overdogs, so they want to act like that. They want to be able to display that on the server, and it really can make a difference. Your opponent's map pick and everything, having Sinners fight an uphill battle all series long, and again, this is where it comes in. That sort of experience, that ability to stay present in the big games. Will it get to you? Will Sinners, just look at it as another game against 3D Max? It's very hard. I think you have to find what works for you, maybe even on a personal level. We can't all be, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant working through food poisoning and stuff like that. I think some
flu
people
game, classic.
Exactly, man. They need to be comfortable. And, yeah, I mean, if you've got something a little sideways into a series like this, it can all stack.
Yeah, and I feel you. Thankfully, we're back on the way. Welcome. So you're about to get on the way here. And of course, no real buy for Sinners. They just didn't really get anything into that previous round. Simple as. No kills. No bomb one. Can't facilitate a buy. Fanbass just tapping away through the smoke. Seeing if anybody's trying to boost above it. Might try and burst onto him, though, to see if they can pick up a frag. Gravity's dipping away. Perfectly timed. And he'll get 2.
Lovely, lovely stuff coming in from him. Maka as well, holding on the other side here. Done enough damage to end the round. It's the MP9 to come in, clean up, get the cash. Really nice stuff there for 3D Max. I think, that one goes pretty perfect for them, doesn't it? They don't make their way out very far at all on the Sinners end. And yeah, some money made for the MP9. And it's a beautiful little setup, right? We got 3 rifles over 2 MP9s. Not too many SMGs. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from 3D Max. They are not pulling any punches on map number 1.
Spy, though. 4 Sinners. AK's out. Good thing that I do get AKs. The only thing that I'm just going to keep my eye on, they don't have a hell of a lot of util already. Oh my god, they're swinging through that smoke. Maka was so tempted there. Locked against it. Oscar going to tip away as well. Just taking that flame a little bit. Jocko taking a lot of damage there. To the nade, to the spam. Thankfully, though, he will be given the luxury of getting out.
Yeah, a decent look, I suppose, in the early stage. Bit of banana control, you could argue, right? For the trade-off of his HP. But either way. Nothing quite laying down just yet. 1:05 left on the clock. Sinners rolling through the motions, but we got Shock here. Oh, a bit of a solo play. Heck of a shot to open up. It's not fully softened up the A-bomb site, but it has trimmed the numbers.
Majki, good find. Maka's in, falling, and now maybe, just maybe, a chance. Numbers very good for Sinners. Looks like they want to gamble B here for the most part. 3D Max is actually Gravity's going to try and join them. I don't know whether he's going to get out. He actually does. Timing going to be more perfect. They're going to gamble through B. I think gamble is also the code word for save here, in all fairness, because they know it's going A. That's where the presence is. That's where they're all sitting up. And Gravity's got a pop flash for barbecue here, but it's going to be completely worthless. Bomb will go down, and Sinners are going to get their first round on the board. Not only the first round, on the first gun round, but on top of that too, they do it flawlessly. That's huge. That's the exact way you'd want to go about it.
Yeah, really well played there. Are they looking for those exit kills? Possible. Located Gravity here, but yeah, they're not fully sending it themselves. I think they want to grab the flawless round and just be happy with that. So, fair enough from Sinners. Pretty clean. It does come off of, you know, some very favorable timing plays. And then they're able to just, you know, get some catches on A, keep it simple. 3D Max, as you said, half gamble, half save. But not the wildest read or play from Sinners necessarily. I think we are just coming back to us for a second. We got a couple server issues. I think that might actually be across the board again. So
yeah,
maybe a quick reconnect for everybody involved. Hopefully not going to miss any of the action.
Yeah. Exactly that. Exactly that. I think hopefully we should be okay. But all in all, so far, so good. I think this is a decent little game that we've had thus far, in the sense that Sinners have at least made something out of this. And we don't miss anything, which is good. Smoking towards top mid. Still going to come behind it, funnily enough. Majki, yeah, I think that was about to spread onto his feet, so he will fall back.
Bit of a spam through the smoke. Nothing off the back of it. A very quiet start once again, as, you know, may well be expected here. Both on Inferno and again with where the stakes are at. Gravity, though, the first one to take a scrap. Catches Majki in the apartments. Pretty nice find. He can drop back. Kind of interesting here as well. You know, we got a lot of contest towards mid. Smoke's going down there, right? Usually the brackets area is sort of left a bit open, or you just kind of have eyeballs on it, but 3D Max really letting their presence be known over there.
Shock through the smoke, finds Maka. That's a big one to start things off as well, as Sinners trying to settle the tone here in their map pick. Oscar keeping a bit of presence towards top mid, but nothing offering up for him, at least at the moment. He doesn't want to overextend either. Pretty good temperament from the very, very experienced player, Oscar. In this 4v4, though, Bomb wants to finish towards B. A 2-2 split as well for 3D Max, but realistically, Lucky's not going to have too much of an input here. Flash will come over. Will catch Marisco, swinging through. He's going to get one. Swing is good, but only getting two. Could have had the third as he's jumping in his face. Somehow, B-Stick doesn't fall.
I did not like the look of that play, but he really made it work. Yeah, wild that he doesn't get 3, actually. You know, ooh, survives out. Marisco, cheeky move through the smoke. Not able to find the kill there, so not even a trade out, and it's going to be B-Stick incredibly low, trying to get the timing here as he creeps round in behind. You know, knife out for a second. Just those extra little bits of speed. However, they've got to be ready for him here at CT, and they are. CT or Church into Coffin, not much that he could really do. He couldn't get the timing in, you know, he wanted to catch them before they'd fully cleared the site. Not the case, so 3D Max back with a retake.
Yeah. All right. Decent as well. I mean, honestly, that was quite a scrappy one, in all fairness. Jumping through the smoke off into his pool is kind of wild, but actually getting 2 out of it is not bad. Could have got a third too, as B-Stick was right up on his face, but the panic of the situation led to nothing. D-Max with 3. So as they're reinvesting, no issues. They, of course, bomb plant, keeping them alive. Oscar got an AWP to work with as well this time. Maybe, just maybe, enough for them. Molotov to try and stop anybody jumping into his Balk, and similar as the last round, Magically just going to respect it. This time, not even going up, so doesn't have to make any noise. Double stack, early banana hit, and a smoke to slow them down.
Marisco on the edge. But not going crazy this time. He was a fan of the smoke push in the previous round, but not here. Again, another slow-moving round from Sinners. Bit more presence in Banana from 3D Max, but still not full sending it in. Shot looking for the cheeky play out in the apartments, and he's going to get it, man. He's been a demon over here. Gravity, of course, rocking a hard place for him. That'll be 3D Max on the save. But yeah, the apps plays from Sinners really take over a round when they go well.
Flash towards library to stop anybody even tempted by the idea. Won't make a difference in the end. This round's done. Sinners making it a second on the board, and then again doing it flawlessly is a pretty decent spot to be putting yourself in. This game very back and forth in the early parts, and of course there's a lot of respect between these two sides. They know how scary they can be. They've played before. They played in kind of the Challenger League regular season itself, and a pretty decent game, it has to be said. Sinners were able to win that one out. That was a couple of months ago, though, in all fairness, but that was 2-1, and back then that was back in overpass, in all fairness, so rest in peace to go. But we had Nuke and Ancient, so a completely different pool from that time in towards this time. As you can see how things have changed. One of the saves gets caught on the way out, but still 2 remaining alive for 3D Max. They probably can buy here. I mean, Jocko maybe drops over like an MP9. They could be tempted just to half buy around this, though. Reset the econ. Maybe Gravity picks up something, doesn't overinvest, stays around 2k. Not even. He's going to have enough money for the AWP in towards the next round. Can drop it over to Maka if he wants, but just the double M4. If you have 3 save, there's a guarantee that you can buy back in. 2, it's questionable. And this time they're going to say no.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough, right? You don't want to be taking any risks in the early stage. Whoa, big nade damage. Gonna look to take a fight here. Lucky just goes dry swinging in, instantly dealt with. There's more presence. Oh, Oscar follows the noise, the chip away of the wood there. Not even proper traces. Maka will recover the M4 back, but they're not even giving it a go here. Either way, A bomb site seems to be where they're going to end. Exorcist inside the smoke. I see you.
So cheeky. Oh my god, he's going to get a drive-by. And he gets away. I mean, it goes straight into his Mikey, but even still, it's absolutely ridiculous. But even gets a kill out of that. I think if you're Gravity and Maka here, just save. There's no point giving this a go. Tuck your heads. Looking towards spawn, and do you know what? In that sort of a round, they came in with 2 rifles and then didn't buy around it, had only pistols, and they walk away with 2 kills and they still keep both the rifles. I don't think that's even that bad, in all fairness. Yes, Sinners tie the game up, but in a round which kind of felt like a non-starter from when we were getting into it, it's not a bad way to go about it.
It's true. It's very true. Yeah, every single round, every single moment counts. I think, especially Sinners will fully understand that. They made it into the playoff berth by pure luck, it has to be said, right? Like, obviously, they've played well to be in contention, but in the very end, it was just down to the fact that they'd secured a few more rounds overall. The difference was exactly the same as Rush B, but because they had, what was it, like 4 more rounds in total?
Yeah. Yeah. It was 83 to 80 over Rush B.
Right, yeah. So, absolutely mental that it really comes down to that close of an affair. So they will understand the importance of each and every moment. Saving weapons makes a big difference, man. Maka on the full berth. And, of course, he's the AWPer. He's got a bit of cash in the bank for said AWP. Jocko, however, he's the entry man. And he will indeed find the first.
Mikey going to play up close, but Forcing is already down to 4 with, what, less than 10 seconds played is not exactly a dream start. Walker's quite off the back of it, and Sin's trying to figure out where these gaps start to approach. See, swing. Going 1-for-1 with Mikey's not terrible, but the numbers still remain in favor of 3D Max. Sin's got to find a kill untraded if they want to chance it.
Looking for the banana play here on the Sinners end. Oh, man, it's going to be tough. It's got to be a perfect flash if they are fully committing to this. 2 stacked up. It's very scary. Very, very scary indeed. And they're going dry. Yeah, that's never going to work, is it really? They might be able to get a bit of a trade out here. There's some utility still available for the Frenchman. Oscar all alone. Oscar for the save. And 3D Max, another important round picked up. That is a narrow miss.
He's going to get hunted.
Nonetheless.
20 seconds?
Yeah,
I don't think he's
surely,
surviving, dude.
Maybe even after time if they play it right. There's nowhere else that you could be at the moment. Exorcise clears out. Got to confirm that he's in T-spawn now.
Exorcise waiting for time as well. He's waiting. Oscar. Oh, 2, 1. Sweet. Now you get the kill. Honestly, perfect. Absolutely perfect from Exorcise. He actually spots him just as Oscar looks left as well. Makes his life all the more harder. So, and yeah, for Sinners, that is a brutal one for them. You know, they can buy back in, yeah, it's fine, but don't have an AWP this time. And the other thing is it just deletes so much of that long-term econ that they've kind of spent building up, and now they've got to dip quite heavily in towards the pockets. Meaning, real long-term funds to work with, the likes of Shark, Mikey, Marisco. They don't have that on deck. And all stuff. 4 to 3. Really max. Good lead for them to take now, and if they can build upon it, in a strong position.
Nice pickup from Gravity. Crossing the apartments, though, could be dangerous here. Still sticking around, but I think they're aware. You know, Hatch is a pretty common spot at the moment for the Sinners. A dangerous swing. 3D Max definitely feeling themselves. We've got some really confident moves in this round.
Waiting, though, off the back of it. As Oscar falls, they will make this T-side round once again really difficult here for Sinners. And it feels like a bit of a constant factor, at least at the moment, where it's been very early in towards these rounds. Sinners losing that man advantage and then playing catch-up. And now this is where they're struggling. This is where 3D Max, very good in terms of their temperament, just not giving the fights, not giving those opportunities.
Smoke goes down, and it's B-Stick to get the drop. Maka not giving a full swing here, not giving a full peek. Playing it safe. Oh my goodness. I am not sure how that one missed, but it did. Damn. There's been a few shots here or there that have been very, very close indeed. 4v2 now as, yeah, the A-bomb side just getting kind of rolled over. Nothing too advanced. Walking in. Catching players off, so Save will come in from the final 2. Sinners will bring it back to even once again.
Ah, well. This game back and forth, but I think it's more important that Sinners make sure it doesn't escape them. 3D Max, this game being tied up, it is whatever, but this is a map and it kind of feels like they have to take. Anubis, at least in my mind, feels very, very good over towards 3D Max. I see that as not a guarantee, but as close as you can get without being too overzealous, right? And I think for Sinners, they would probably know that as well in terms of veto. Multi-square. And on T side as well, actually, Sinners can get minimum 5 rounds. I'm actually pretty happy. There's a good chance to do so as well. The money, little feeble still over towards 3D Max. They can chain a couple more in a row for Sinners. They can get, I mean, even just getting one more here puts a lot of financial pressure on that 3D Max side. And that's where maybe they can give themselves a lot to work with. Maybe even superseding that of that 5 that I ask of them. 3D Max can let it run out. We'll buy back in, but if they fail this one, they could be under a bit of pressure. And that's when we might see attack pause come through. Push on the mic and all the rest. Deep nading towards Banana. Risco going to get out in front of it. Ticks in the molly a little bit. A second will force him back.
Flash in. Might be a scrap over there in just a second. Marisco looking for the peak. He wants that fight. But never presented 3D Max. It's early or it's nothing, right? They ain't sticking around for keen fights. Mikey, as we are told, finding the kill onto Maka. Pretty big scalp, actually. Orp goes down, and again, deep apartments control. It continues to be a problem area for 3D Max, I tell you what. 2 players up top here. Probably not going to be expected, but, you know, as the numbers continue to thin, there's no rush from Sinners.
Yuto through. I'll flash over. Swing! Fine. Risco, nice shot. This round's done, but anything at the tail end would be nice. But I said find this sort of around, and for Sinners, look at the pressure they're going to put on 3D Max now. Gravity will get his. There actually is an AWP to collect there onto his Balk, which would be huge too. Yeah, XSC's going to grab it. You take that. The question is, do Sinners look around for any more fights? They'll get a bomb down. The round will basically be guaranteed, but they'll leave maybe at least one to stick around and look for those fights, and that might be the case. Shock at the right idea. Just pulls off the angle. Will his gun barrel get in the way? His gun barrel did get in the way. Oh, it cost him his life. That's the issue. Gun barrel blocks it, and that'll be that. The AWP, though, of Oscar finds XSC. So that's the AWP dropped as well, too. Molotov comes down. Gravity. Yeah, he's been hunted. Probably a dead man. Might be caught in transition. As he tries to tap away to spare his life. Over from Big Pit. Molly comes down. Smoke coming down towards short as well. And he has to isolate now over towards long. And he spots him. He get a good little run off this, but he's tagged down low. Can he tuck his head in time? I do not know if he will survive. They're looking around for him, but they're going to give him the space. So an AK saved is all they have to work with. But it is Sinners who take a lead, and they might even be able to guarantee at the bare minimum a tied game at halftime, which honestly isn't bad in terms of how well they've recovered.
It's true. It is true. I think, you know, there was a moment there, wasn't there? A couple rounds where 3D Max looked not super dominant, but pretty comfortable, pretty in control. Despite, I think, one of them, they lost an opener, you know, and they were still able to recover it. But yeah, man, I don't know what the crack is, but that apartments for Sinners is just a real pressure point that they're able to convert rounds off the back of, you know, cheeky lurk kills and whatnot. 3D Max just not giving them a lot of respect there. And then in the previous, they sent the AWP in fact, you know, the opposite sort of end of the spectrum. And very, very quickly just absolutely flew in. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying stuff if Sinners can keep it up.
Let's see. I think for now, though, I look at this and I'm getting a little bit concerned that 3D Max's opportunities have rapidly fallen away. And that's not a good start, is it? Gravity's dead. Lucky gets one. Hello, turn around. Thankfully, he will. The one casualty. AK doesn't really do anything. 6-4. Sinners. 2-round lead, but of course, guaranteeing that tied game at the turn of the half on T-side, by all metrics, isn't bad. I think, honestly, most teams would be pretty happy that on an Inferno T side, which sometimes is very difficult to get going, this is a decent little spot. And they win this next round as well. They have the opportunity to even go for an 8-4 half, which is kind of wild.
Utility raining in from both sides, quite deep from 3D Max. It gives an idea of them looking to take some control. Forward facing in the apartments, not necessarily down mid. They're going to keep on going. Shock. Too many angles for him to check, but a really good response from 3D Max. They know what's up. They know where the problems lie. That timing from Lucky. He's not spotted them. They've not spotted him, but it's Gravity who holds on the other side of the smoke. Easy does it, and he is happy about that.
Okay. Okay. One round in it, and it's kept 3D Max alive. And, you know, you were talking about it as well. It felt like a bit of a weakness towards 3D Max at Apartment's position where they kind of continuously got caught off guard. It looked like a real kind of opening, and Sinners were trying to expose it. That time, they get super aggro coming through. Utilize what feels like a weakness for them and actually kind of stack it a little bit. Way on the corner, nade on towards half wall as well. It's a little bit of chip damage, but primarily the T side are taking the brunt of it. They're getting a lot of mileage here, though. I mean, my God, Morisco's flying into the fights.
Yeah, I mean, super confident. Nothing really comes of it, but we get to see how Sinners are feeling, I suppose, on our side of the server. Minute and 10 left on the clock. Sinners rotating back around towards A. There is a pull away from Maka. That AWP in particular, you know, a pretty dangerous part of the 3D Max defense is gone. But it looks like Sinners will indeed keep shaping up here. Gravity up on the boost. Been looking fantastic. They deal with him quickly. Ollie comes down. Forces them towards long where... Oh, there's not a lot of presence. Flash doesn't quite make it over from Maka. Thankfully, no one needed it. He was just kind of there to slow them down. Break of the smoke. Nothing comes of it. No scope is silent, but all the same, he's going to keep trying to find those kills. Exorcise in on the site. Only good for one. Maka's fallen. It's all down to Jocko. 3 to find in total. Onto the AK now, and we'll see if he can pull this off.
Flash is good. Blinds back sights, but doesn't matter. Shock will see it off. Jocko will fall at the half 7 to 5 for Sinners. Small Lee will see if they can continue it after the break.
part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy. It's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory. There's no need to go begin. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win. You either got it or you don't. You either bought it or you won't. You either wanna give it everything or you wanna cry about a soul. I'ma say it from the jump. Mama ain't raised a chump. My mama raised me to persevere if I'm ever here in a slum. Cause nobody starts at the top. You do your part and you better buy. Working hard each and every day, even though some days it get hard to watch. But you gotta trust the process. Grind hard, don't you ever quit. It's a must, you see the progress. Got a ball till you get a hit. They can never do what I could do, cause they on the same stuff. If you doubt me, then I'm coming to show them what I'm made of. Yeah, always showing your integrity. Yeah, if you want it, I'ma let them see. No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy. It's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory. There's no need to go begin. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win. No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy. It's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory. There's no need to go begin. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win.
Wake up, put the work in, that's the only way it's gonna work out. Hard work and dedication, no time for procrastination. Takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of heart mixed with motivation. On the days that you feeling down, look in the mirror for your inspiration. Like, woo, just notice, never stop, never quit. People wanna see you doing good, but never better than them. Gotta push yourself to the limits. You cannot lose if you are not in it. You gotta lose sometimes just to win it. Don't get discouraged, it's just the beginning. Yeah, turn up. Don't end up a Timmy Turner. Don't get caught up in the streets. Don't get caught up with a burner. Don't be a slow learner. Oh no, you only get one shot, one chance. Talking March Madness at the big dance. Talking big man on campus. Like
no guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy. It's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory. There's no need to go begin. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win. No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy. It's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory. There's no need to go begin. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win.
Welcome back in. Thank you very much for your patience on that one. A few server changes to make sure everybody's happy at the half there. I think, you know, we were also a little bit slow getting in. For the same kind of reason, 3D Max, yeah, a few internet issues, I suppose. Either way, we're going. We're gaming. And we pick up where we left off. Sinners out here in the lead with a fair breadth to work with. If they pick up the pistol, this looks like a very, very scary prospect into the second half, of course, but a dangerous peek from Shock goes south, and now they've been unleashed. Mikey with a nice find. Oscar takes a heady, though. He will manage to find one before going down, but it's all on V-Stick, who was kind of that late-round nade player. He's like, actually, I'll just save the nades, thanks.
Yeah, bless him. Just keep hold of it. It's actually not the worst thing in the world to save. I'd actually prefer he saves the util than if he was, like, saving armor, for example. You're not going to buy into the next round, but at least with, like, a smoke, a flash, a nade, you can kind of cook up something in towards the next round. Little gimmick play or something of the sort. But either way, it will be 3D Max starting off their T side really, really well. Putting a 6 on the board, now starting to really at least open the door to responding in kind to the pretty strong T side that Sinners put up. I think for Sinners, for me, they've given themselves the decent foundations to work with, but Max know they're capable of exactly the same. Cannot give this 3D Max side any sort of space. They will punish. This one could be an example of it. One round in it. Are they gonna force it? They are. Oh, you know how I feel about forces on the CT side when you lose the pistol. So far across this tournament. Is it 1 for 8 or 2 for 8? I can't actually remember off the top of my head. I think it was 2 for 8. 2 for 8 so far. Not great. I guess numbers-wise, I feel like it isn't really worthwhile. Lose this as well. Or not even just lose the lead, but they actually might gift it over towards 3D Max because your econ will be broken. It's very risky.
Stick to open things up here. Ooh, a little interesting. Very early kill, free kill as well, and now you can see Sinners trying to experiment a little bit. Fully stacking A. I mean, it could work, right? 3D Max, there's plenty of time for them to go bouncing between these bomb sites, but it would seem they fancy B. I'm not too sure. I don't think the rotations would have been heard. It's just an unfortunate case of coincidence, really, for Sinners. And I think, yeah, with these flashes and smokes coming over the top, they'll just be like, all right, well, unfortunate. Maybe give it a go in the next round. Moving quite fast here, though, now. And down middle, so maybe they will actually give this a go.
Yeah, it looks like they're at least tempted for it. But now smoke meets some deep banana. I think they might just call it there. Give it a go in towards the next. Yeah, they're not... I mean, they're looking for exits, which I actually don't hate. The only thing is you can actually save here in towards banana. Especially where they've planted over towards coffins too. So the save's an okay idea. I don't actually know if they'll be able to get it, is the only thing I'm looking at. But they're actually going to go out towards CT when there is probably a little bit more of a fight that has to be had. Pop Flash going to come over. Close. Looking for the fights, and Maxton will get that first. With that Mac 10, Morisco, they heard a 5-7, so they know he's around here somewhere. He will not get anything for it, just a dink. 2 for 9. CT side force buys. The unsuccess rate has been pretty high, as it always is. This will mean 3D Max are going to tie up this game. And of course, in doing so towards Sinners, they save, you know, Mac 10 a double MP9, which is okay, but can't really properly buy around it. So we're looking at this and saying this is a really decent opportunity for 3D Max to take a lead. Kind of gifted to them for free as well because of that force buy. See, near the corner. You know, I'm going to respect and not take too much of an aggro stance here, but they'll even be relatively on demand. They want to stack via A.
Yeah, I mean, again, really liking their A stacks, I suppose. 3D Max might change it up, but I think they're more of a prod and poke kind of team than a full-on execute. We'll get some decent utility out on A, though. So maybe they're going to end up here. I mean, unfortunately, for Sinners, everybody is smoked off right now. There's not really much of a presence. But again, as it goes, later and later, 3D Max might walk into the Lion's Den.
Maybe. Testing top mid, and yeah, I think this is the only thing. I mean, bombs are committed, yes, but they are going deep in here towards A. Feels like they really want to commit. The only thing that would probably push them away is maybe that frag. Just because Deagle gets a kill, but they still look tempted to go. My God, yeah. Dicey. Shot gets aggro, does damage. Might even scare them a little bit.
Maka. Lovely find. 4 versus 4. Mikey looking to be a bit cheeky here to get very good timing, and he does indeed swing the advantage back. And now look at the setup. Oh, it's that kill onto Shock, I think, that's going to make the difference here, though, now. Inside the smoke. Mikey looking to be cheeky. And Maka is one step ahead. B-Stick might as well give it a go. He'll look for an upgrade over this MP9 in the next round, but not expecting too much from him. Maybe some money to be made. But it is a difficult weapon, and of course he's just, you know, so far away with that lack of info.
B-Stick. I get a chance here on the tail end for at least a kill in towards the pit player. Hang on. Oh, he's spotted by Lucky at the end there. B-Stick had a decent idea of maybe trying to make it expensive at the end, because they have a buy-in towards this round anyway, but yeah, it doesn't come to all too much. Good work from 3D Max. Actually, I really need a round from them. No two ways about it. I think when we look at that sort of round, if they haven't converted that, it gives us a prime opportunity to once again just step up, start to roll with the punches, start to make it look pretty decent on that CT side. The way the majority of the T side went as well. Now, at the very least, it puts pressure on here for Sinners, saying they have to convert this CT side round. They don't. 3D Max could put up a 9th, which is getting them ever closer, and maybe even a 10th too if they get enough kills. They can deny enough Sinners to kind of save and reinvest around. They will really put a lot of pressure on this CT side.
Quiet start once again, though. 3D Max looking to take a leaf out of the Sinner's book. Get in those apartments. And try their best to, you know, just prod. Find an early frag. Sinners seem to be much better set up for it, though, you know, like player in pit, player on the balcony, I think. Yeah, he is indeed. So, you know, they're very, very ready for some kind of an apt play. 3D Max not really dedicating to it just yet. It's big brackets control from the Frenchman. Nobody around to really contest.
Oh, yeah. Mikey. Double stack with Shock. Shock's holding the other side of that smoke. Speaking of, Lurk Smoke comes out towards A short, but they are looking towards B. 2 players here to meet them. Risco and B-Stick. Both have had fairly decent games. One time to try and prove what they can. They break that smoke. The pop flash is a beauty of B-Stick now left alone towards the backside. Smoke fire coffin is going to make this so difficult. And hoping that he can swing out to find one. Marisco does, but he gets traded. He knows he's a new box. Then he knows he's dead man walking. 15 seconds. Bomb goes down. And a really difficult retake. And one which Sinners, I doubt, we're even going to give a go.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so, right? Exorcist, though, he's on the lurk. He's looking to deny saves. Pre-fire on Shock is easy. Just sort of baiting Oscar out a little. Doesn't quite know where he's at. Oscar, you know, feels paramount that he saves the AWP, but now maybe it doesn't matter as much. He'll try and get some damage in the next round with it, of course, but yeah, not all that important. And Exorcist even takes him down, recovers the AWP as well. Plenty of options available here for 3D Max. Pretty big round to be taking. Comes at a perfect time. Sinners really, really struggling here in the second half.
Yeah, honestly, Sinners are starting to look a little quiet. My liking, and this is, at least to a degree, a little bit concerning right now. I mean, we're getting already to quite a damaging point where 3D Max 2-round up lead. They're gonna half buy in here, Sinners, which, you know, I don't hate. They have enough money to buy in towards the next. MP9, Mag 7 could actually get cheeky and maybe we can still take a kill or two. Especially Marisco playing over towards half wall / sandbags anywhere in that region. Drake did a lot of damage. Nade goes over. Marisco taking a bit of damage, but eventually could stop a lot of that B play. Exorcist spam's decent. Shock tagged, and Mikey now going to be smoked in towards this little cubby. I sure he was heard stepping there, though.
Yeah, you might be right. I seem a little, yeah, on edge. Okay, nice find. Exactly the opener that they needed. Mikey, elbow, hello. Yep, Exorcist does see it eventually. Good, solid look here. Just the CZ of Oscar that really can do anything, and yeah, he's just completely overwhelmed by sound, flashes, all that good stuff. So 3D Max really looking great here at the tail end, and it is set to continue, it would seem.
It's true. This is really good from the French side. You know, kind of came into seeing them as the, you know, the slightly better team in the sense of the individuals being very good for them. They've really had, you know, some fairly strong events under their belt. They want to see off the season on a positive note. I think for Sinners, this is their third attempt to qualify towards Pro League. At the upper bracket game against Koi, they lost both maps 13-4. At the lower bracket final against Sangar, lost that in a 3-mapper overtime galore. And now this is their third attempt. Might be a similar thing where they fall flat at the final hurdle, which would be heartbreaking for them. Max Evans looking at the tail end. Nothing there for him. I'm assuming Mariska's going to upgrade regardless. He might be tempted to try and facilitate this Mag 7 just for the kill bonus as well. But a long-term econ, try and play up close towards Banana and all the rest. But it's dropped. Yeah, he will go in towards the M4. I think it's probably the smarter decision. 10-7. 3D Max. 3 rounds ahead. 3 rounds away. I'm stealing Inferno. Just Sinner's pick. And the big thing for me, I mentioned it a little bit earlier, Anubis coming up next. 3D Max's usual go-to pick is very strong for them.
No, it's true, man. It's true. They're a very scary-looking team, I think, when it comes to a solid pick, right? They have a map that feels unplayable against them, especially if you are solidly in Tier 2. Maybe if you're, you know, a level above 3D Max or right on that precipice like they are, sort of in the top 30. But for a team like Sinners, it's going to be really, really challenging. You know, that extra level that they can bring is hard to contest. Gravity going to open us up here. Smoke goes down, looking for a flank in behind on the Sinners side, but unless something crazy pops off for them, yeah, I don't see it happening. And Exorcist, he was so ready for that. The little bait and switch, but, you know, one's not enough, is it? 11 for 3D Max, definitely locked in now.
This game not got a lot of life left in it. Sinners, I think, are feeling that pressure now. Shock, gonna keep hold of the AWP, hopefully at least. And he has B-Stick as a bit of a protect the bodyguard type of vibe. 3D Max, though, inching ever closer and closer. And Sinners have not given us anything. They're yet to get around to the CT side. Too many gaps, too many opportunities, and 3D Max, I think the other side as well. Credit to them. I mean, they've obviously done a hell of a lot of research into how Sinners like to play their Inferno, how they like to go about it, and so far, 3D Max are exposing them. A lot of that credit has to be given towards the coaching analyst team and all the rest. This 3D Max team are really making this look pretty simple. 2 rounds away now. And actually a big question about how you want to go about this. I mean, I'm assuming, yeah, it's going to be that force buy coming in. They have enough money to get, you know, Beasley can drop over an M4, Shock can pick one up, and all the rest. They might even take attack, though. We'll have a conversation about it. The Sinners have been very loose with attacks. They're not, you know, going into them all that much. You know, calling attack, their first one when this next gun round is make or break in this map, for me feels a little late. I'd love to have seen one like 2-3 rounds ago. Maybe a little bit earlier, right? You know, maybe it's coming in towards their first or second gun round. But throughout this entire tournament, we don't really see Sinners call a lot of attack pauses. Where on the other side, 3D Max are very happy to go into attack pauses early, get them out the way, have big conversations because they know how important it is in some of these rounds. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. We earlier cast them against BNE. That first map, you know, goes to double overtime and everything. And they actually ended up losing it. And we were like, where are the timeouts? Where are the timeouts? You know, it's super close here. You probably want to take a moment to just breathe. You know, it doesn't even have to be talking about a deeper round or whatever. Just give us a second. But they don't really like leaning on him, I suppose. Go with the flow. But yeah, that is just a thing to, just take a moment and be like, yo, relax. Comms are a little cluttered. Let's just work on that. It doesn't have to be, okay, we're going to, do the Cincinnati Sidewinder or whatever kind of play they're going for. Gravity will open up, but quickly traded out. Not a bad look for the Sinners. A double pump here from 3D Max to try and get proper control of Banana. B-Stick, he wants to fight.
How he hasn't tagged anybody, by the way. That spam was nearly perfectly on, but just missing. Yeah, Oscar isn't, though. We'll get his through the wall as well. Oscar, hello. Maka gets caught. Bit of fortune favors Oscar, and Sinners, my God, that they need it. And they immediately look like they're about to win a round off the back of their first hack pause. It's like we called it.
Even just, again, that sort of mindset to be like, okay, let's step it up in this round can really make a big difference. But yeah, crazy. Absolutely crazy. B-Stick. Love the angle from him. Oh, nearly finishing it all by himself. Exorcise, bit of a job at hand, and Oscar sees him on the edge of the smoke. Not quite as sound a smoke as maybe Exorcise was expecting. So here we are. Sinners do stop them before they hit the 12. But not going to be easy. A long road ahead here.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Going to be tough, but it's better than nothing. Finally getting some success. Off the back of that. Now we can once again open the door to a conversation about Sinners. Only 3 rounds behind, but I say only. Sinners 3D Max, who are 2 away from seeing this one off. Any hiccups, any mistakes, and have some pretty big ramifications towards Sinners, who just do not have stability in terms of recon still. Oscar's got an okay amount of money, and everybody else, it tapers off rapidly into the triple digits for the most part. Once again, early big triple nade stack, B-Stick dead. And it might be the same for Morisco. Runs out of ammo, pistol pulled out as the flames force him into a fight. And that is B open. But they still need to go. They've slowed things down, and they need to get the bomb as well.
Yeah, Sinners might be looking at like a sort of soft save here. But 3D Max, man, yeah, it's very,
They're
very
so tentative, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's literally the word for it. And I think the thing is as well, all I can think is that it's like, oh, they've got these guys playing kind of aggressive. Maybe there's another one behind them, you know, that's prepped flashes or on the quick rotation, something like that. But no, it is curious. So they've kind of allowed Sinners to grab a reset, grab a game plan. I still think the bomb is going to end B. But no one's got it right now. 35 seconds. Somebody got to recover that bomb, boys.
Come on,
Certainly
fellas.
strange here.
Let's make a move, shall we? 25 seconds, boys. Like, come on now.
Are we going?
Oh.
They are getting the bomb on B, I suppose. There's not a lot of time.
Oh my God, yeah.
Thankfully, there's no one around.
10 seconds. They're so nervous about B. I'm not too sure why. I don't know. This must be something they've seen in the demos, right? It has to be. Because they were so nervous about going towards B after killing
maybe
2. You know what I mean? You just trade your way in. Even if there's a third there, you can just play the numbers game.
That's true. But also, you know, maybe a bit of false info or something like that. That someone is adamant on the fact that they heard a third or something. And it was just enough for them to slow down and then start to worry about rotations and etc, etc, etc. Kind of strange, but they still get away with the round. Take a few casualties in the end. Maybe even one more here. I don't think Mac is quite going to be far enough away.
Terrorists win.
So, little oversight, but they've got plenty of money. It doesn't really matter too much. And in their minds, they'll be winning this 13th round and nicking away the Inferno.
All right. I mean, honestly, has to be said that it's probably going to be the case. 4 map points to do it, to take Sinners map away. And actually, going to blow open this series in quite a drastic way. I mean, for Sinners, this map was the one they had to win to really give them a chance at that third and final. And I do worry about Anubis quite a lot. It's a really good map, 3D Max. I really like the way they play it. Molotov into a stop car. Easy going to guard in front of this, but they surely hear that. He spammed, he might have a chance there. But I want to take in so aggro by Sinners. I actually love this.
Yeah, pretty big fan. They've got to be able to do something with it, though. And, of course, their A-bomb site is a little looser at the moment. Mikey round the corner, off angle for him. Is it going to be effective? Nope. Down he goes. Oh, and the presence at long just completely not even watched for. My goodness, 3D Max. Pick after pick after pick. And it's Oscar, the poster boy of Sinners, against all 5 of the Frenchmen. I don't see him getting this done. And indeed, he will get bested, looking the wrong way. 13-8, Sinners not matching up at all there on Inferno. Very one-sided affair, that second half in particular. You know, just not a lot to write home about for Sinners.
True.
And, yeah, I think one round picked up. That's all they got on the CT side. So, and... Okay, here we go. It would seem there are a few intrinsic issues when it comes to getting started in a game, getting that server sorted, getting everyone happy. But we do get there eventually, I suppose, is the silver lining. 3D Max, CT side here for them. Couple sets of Julies. They're big fans of the Julies. Trying to make them sing once again with an A main push here.
They got thrust. Oh, there was a player of shock. Just looking up in towards carpets as Exorcist going to get his. Maka won't be spotted there towards camera. I go overlooked, dropped a bomb, and Maka finding heads. Oh, hello. This round feels like it's already done as Maka has gone huge, but Beastic has given them a chance. A 1v5, an ace clutch needed, and he's now going to do it with 6 points of HP. Surely not.
Surely not, indeed. He might be able to get a little bit of a drop in for the bomb plant, though. Not really recognizing how open his path to B actually is, and he's moving back. This could be really weird on the timing, you know. Oh, my goodness. I don't believe it. He snuck in, and, you know, no one from A able to spot him. No one going round through that camera angle. Absolutely crazy. So he's going to get the bomb plant here, for sure. Lucky's a little savvy. He's a little bit like, if he was going B, he might have planted by now, but not the case. So he's on that A-bomb site pretty quickly. A little difficult for him, but he will get the frag in the end. And there you have 3D Max picking up the pistol.
So it's actually a small, decent little silver lining. With the very least, individually, Beastic might be tempted to go in for a force buy here. Maybe even like a hero. We've kind of seen a couple of like a hero Galils, that kind of vibe. But, you know, all in all, 3D Max take the pistol. They take it efficiently. They look at this and now, you know, they're kickstarting exactly the same way that they finished off in towards Inferno. 13-8 that was. I mean, it really was a brilliant showing over for them. Do you see Beastic? He actually picks up the AK here with half armor. The half armor is the thing I worried about more than, you know, if you've gone Galil full armor, I'm like, okay, sure. The half armor is the bit of a weird one where it's like, even the MP9 at range is so scary. At this sort of a level, you know, it is the bigger risk. I mean, they've all got M4s, one got an MP9. I mean, Beastic can be dead before he even knows it. So he's got to be so crisp, and his time to kill has got to be so quick as well if he wants to try and find some success in this one. All kind of relying on him too, as it's pretty much a low to no buy around him.
Lucky. Hanging out here. Oh, got to be careful, man. I think he's heard that AK as well. So, yes, going to be weary. But a slow roll in towards the site itself. Lucky holding on the crack angle, spots a player, smoke goes down. And it's lovely, isn't it? Beautiful little protocol there, just to stay safe. Sinners, however, the pack mentality could actually be very scary here. Oh, Gravity going to be spotted, dinked out quite early, and, you know, you're really unsure now. It's like, okay, is it just one guy coming at me? Is it the whole team? Is it multiple? You know, do we start pulling people away? And lots of questions come in. This whole area as well, really weird to communicate around, but they managed to drop that AK. You know, the one thing they have going for them is the fact that there's, like, nothing all that scary for the rest of the team. So, a little weird from Sinners ultimately, but no kills come in, and even an AK retrieved. Ooh, a little treat there for the 3D Max side.
Yeah. Not going to say no. Not going to say no for the AK-47 in the hands of Gravity. 2-0. Nice and simple, but a buy-in properly for Sinners. The hero AK of B-Stick is now being degraded to just a deal. Of course, he has no money left in those back pockets, but the rest of the team looking pretty comfy. B-Stick either might be using a bit of a human flashbang, or might bait and then pick up a gun of somebody who dies. However, 3D Max is a good start. In towards Anubis is probably the map which is that leans heaviest towards that T side, and honestly, if you can do a fairly solid CT, 5 to 6 rounds, you're sitting pretty comfortable, especially considering how good 3D Max's T side was on that Inferno too.
Oscar playing contact. It's brave, and he gets bested just by the fact that his crosshair's not in the right place. Nade onto B-Stick is also even better for 3D Max. Flash pretty good round the corner. And a perfectly executed push round from the Frenchman. Not a chance for Sinners. They will probably concede. Alive, yeah. If that's the way it's going to look for 3D Max, I'd be very worried here.
Body goes down. Like, you're going to have to just dip away from it for now, but in this quite a few minutes. Double nade is pretty decent. He actually avoids a second. It goes a little deep. I don't know, 2v5. They're going to give this a go. Having a little look in. It's a double-edged sword. Do you save and try and use 2 AKs towards the next, or you try and give it a go here, swing in the corner? And actually, I can see why they're giving it a go now. 2v5, turn 2v3, and a bomb plant. An opportunity.
Yeah, might be able to make something of this. Oh, shock, nearly lining them up. Down to just Mikey here. Oh my goodness, he gets it done on the double spray down. I thought he'd been traded out when the camera sort of swapped across, but no. He picks up a triple kill at the end, and they actually do manage to make that work. Ah, that's crazy. That is so crazy. Sinners picking up the impossible round. I thought 3D Max had just kind of done enough in the initial exchange outside of B there, but no. Sinners giving them a game. Could be the start of a nice T-side here.
Also, it's a bad round to lose for 3D Max as well, right? We're looking at that. It's a 2v5. Then it slip away, and they're just over fighting. Even the double swing where only one falls, but a lot of damage onto the second, even that is so braggadocious to go for. B-Stick. He gets dinked. Jumping EP9, and he gets the kill. Jocko, the second jumping shot, will also get his. The corner, swinging a fire for Oscar, looking for a second. He just get tied, but Mako will fall away. There is a move in behind. Look at your mini-map. Look at Barisco. Doesn't see anyone, though, so it makes a grand difference of now.
Indeed. But,
it's a sick play if someone's there, but if they're not,
sure.
He's just getting cardio. He's running, he's doing laps, you know what I mean? He's just running around.
Yeah. It's Oscar that might see a bit more action here, actually, in the tail end. Unfortunately, the nasty end of the M4A4. Either way, 3D Max conceding this one. Only being the man down. They will actually take a couple on the way out and have to be a little bitter about it, I suppose. Sinners, pretty good spot for them, though. I like the way that they look in these past couple of rounds. We'll see whether they can keep it up, but, you know, as I said, in the way that first rifle round went, Felt like this would be a full roll, but not really the case, man. Sinner's actually battling back quite nicely.
All tight square. And doing so, 3D Max. Bit of a weird decision for them. I think for me, I think Force here, personally. Lucky's got half armor, so I think they actually might go for it. But I think this is a position to Force. 3 rifles saved, in my opinion, more often than not. Unless your economy is just like completely depleted, I think you got to go for a Force. I don't hate it. I think they've actually squeezed out enough. Lucky's gone to the auto shotgun, my favorite gun.
It's kind of controversial. Your favorite gun completely?
Yeah, no, like genuinely. Well, I actually love that gun. I mean,
Wow.
it's so good they had to nerf it like not that long ago. They reduced the kill bonus because it's that good. The thing is so
You
OP.
reckon?
Well, they did. They nerfed it. You
I know
Yeah.
they did that, but I don't know. Maybe just to give other shotguns a place.
No, it was because statistically it was used so much more than every other shotgun because of how good it was. So they had to reduce its kill bonus to make others like more fairly used because nobody was using Mag 7s or Novas really.
Yeah. Listen, you got me earlier, so I gotta get you. Just said the same thing I said with more words. But I'm just saying.
Said
you told
what?
me to shut up earlier. I said to give shotguns a place, and then you just explained like other shotguns a place. So then you just explained that exact thing, but with more words. So
Life of analyst,
know,
mate.
it's 1 for 1. But no, you are right. I suppose it was OP in its bracket.
Yeah.
So
I think it's pretty
makes
good.
sense.
There was a time when it was early on in the CS2 beta where that was like getting picked over most SMGs, maybe bar the MP9. It was just like so dumb. Like on Anubis especially, everyone will play it through double doors so often. In this instance, it's got absolutely no looking, so it doesn't really matter. But
melted.
yeah, I remember in Pro League when we were doing a couple of those games, so many teams on Anubis, when their money was a little weird, they would go for that auto shotty indoors, and it would like always be good for like 1, which would kind of make his money back in the most part.
Also, obviously we kind of have just talked about this. Has been a really weird round. Actually, watching it unfold, we had like an early kill over sort of on the A side. And then obviously that shotgun goes down. I think that was in the mid doors. And then it looked like 3D Max were just kind of saving, but kept running into Sinners players. Just not ready for fights at all. Really, because Sinners were like out on A, good A control, just getting that bomb over there. Really strange round. Really, really strange. And I think 3D Max are left questioning here. They really need to take a little moment, just grab that all-important reset.
Yeah, I think kind of 1 by 1, they were like over fighting, and before you know, we're now in a 1v4, and they're thinking, how have we even got here? There's 3 separate pushes on 3 different fronts, and all 3 of them fell apart. So yeah, I mean, Aka saves them 4, but that is it. They don't really want to buy here either. I don't think it's really worthwhile, especially if Maka wants an AWP. I think he just probably has to wield a Hero M4. Stay above 3k for Maka, and he should have enough for the AWP. Especially if he doesn't have to reinvest in towards armor or anything of the sort. But it will be just a couple of upgraded pistols. And Sinner's, a decent little position for them in terms of a lead, right? We're looking at this with probably now going to be a 4-2 scoreline. It's really not a bad spot they've kind of put themselves into. So Molotov in towards double doors. Echo stick around. It's probably the best place you can get the M4 and get it active. Potential of multi-frags and the rest, but I can't see this round really starting. It would have to be some big mistakes from Sinners to let this one slip away.
They're looking really good right now, man. I don't know, if we can kind of keep reiterating that, but yeah, the T side has just really impressed me thus far. Not expecting too much out from this, as you say. Maybe if they go B, but it looks like they want to go A once again. And the Sinners playing a very slow T side here. Overall, unsure of what they're coming up against, whether it is a stack or Whether they'll have to work a bit harder, getting those rotations and catching the execute as well here. 3D Max just, yeah, no real presence at all. So nothing for Sinners to worry about.
Yeah, I guess as well, Maka keeping on an M4. It's honestly not a bad thing to have really at all. Anything that gets picked up, nice. B-Stick for one. Just mowing them down here, B-Stick. Kills. Oh, Maka. That's a bad one, though. I mean, he was actually on a timer regardless. There's a player coming through mid, but he should have got that kill. B-Stick will walk away with the ace, but he kind of gets gifted it towards the end there. Sinners, though, 4th on the board is good. This is a decent spot. The most T-sided map in the pool statistically, but looking very decent. It has to be said, and you're actually playing some pretty good T-side protocols. They're really actually looking very, very solid. I think this is where 3D Max, actually, if another one of these gun rounds doesn't work, I wouldn't mind them seeing a pause.
Just really not all that fight heavy from either of these teams. You know, I think 3D Max initially were pretty confident to go for them, but it's fallen flat in recent memory. Saying that, Gravity just goes in completely dry. Makes it work for one. Nearly a second. Nade in. It's a little deep. Oh, goodness. Maka. He's got too many targets to deal with. Trying to just hide away behind this smoke. Rotation comes in. The one from down below could be dangerous. Maka took a bullet in the cranium. It's Exorcisto, like I say, that is this unknown quantity. Spam through the smoke. Leaves Mariska low. And B-Stick cannot stand strong. 3D Max somehow managed to mount that retake. Again, though, very, very chaotic.
Yeah. I mean, hey, the good thing is that 3D Max take it. They're keeping this game even, but much closer than they want. And still for Sinners, advantage very much still feels in their court, right? You know, that it's pretty expensive towards 3D Max. Sinners have plenty of money in the back pocket. I mean, Mariska had like just shy 9K coming into this. So all in all, still feels in a very positive spot. Sinners have put themselves in, but at the very least, 3D Max, up to 3, a 1-round game, keeping it close. Big thing for 3D Max on the CT side. Get 5 rounds by most metrics, you say is pretty decent. Get 6, we starting to talk about too bad of a spot.
Gravity deep in again through B main, but this time Sinners not even, you know, giving them a single chance at finding a kill. It will be another widespread default from Sinners. 3D Max starting to get their confidence back a little. Oh no, that's rough. Gravity with the team kill. Not really what 3D Max wanted there. He'd secured that frag. And somebody held their mouse 1 key a little too long. Either way, shouldn't have too much of an effect. It looks like they're moving towards the A-bomb site anyway, via middle. Maka has other ideas, some very difficult angles to get past here. Flash comes in, and he can't quite make it around the corner. Great timing there from Mariska. Finds himself another here as well. Lucky. Traded instantly. It's not going to be good enough. A crumble there as Sinners find a really, really great turnaround.
Yeah, yikes, man. That was rough. It looked so good for 3D Max at one point, but it's still not completely off the table. Gravity, though, gets held by Osco. Stays posted. Like a turret sees him off. Sinners will once again lock back in a 2-round lead. And 3D Max again back to the drawing board. Have a conversation here. And, you know, it's either this or the next round where we see 3D Max surely go for a pause. And just not quite on that same level at the moment where they were in towards Inferno. It's taken them a while to get truly active in towards this game. Sinners, this is now them most likely locking in 6 guaranteed. Tight game at the bare minimum on, you know, that C side is pretty decent. Especially off the back of what was less than adequate kind of Inferno showing where we saw them really look uncomfortable. planted. Most of that was on their CT side, which is still yet to come, but either way, it was one of those where he needed to respond very well, and far so good. Can't complain.
Oh, lovely stuff. Morisco holding the spray down. Maka gets himself a little 5-7 there, I do believe, and will back off. But Sinners should be able to get this one in the bag. You know, the scary portion of the round with that push coming their way has been bested. All the same, Sinners continue, you know, moving a bit slowly. Just trying not to let 3D Max in at all, right? At this point, it's like, okay, we're moving A. Maybe I, as a solo player, make a mid play, or, you know, here a good example would be if Morisco and B-Stick walk into a 5-7, they get a double kill. That's a bit of confidence, right? That's maybe an AK save. That's some kill bonus. And Sinners are just really trying to starve 3D Max of everything.
One will go down. Nice and easy. 3D Max. I mean, I don't hate the idea of at least XSCs and Maka going to have a look in. Maybe Lucky keeps on his armor. Maybe it must be too soon. He will get his kill. You take that. You take it all day. More for any more would be nice, because Morisco is kind of in body shot territory. Maybe a world. He's still going to be tested on the end there. Eagle holding, posting. A 5-7 going to try and hunt up close as well. Damage dealt. Trying to suffocate this rifle in. Body shot, though, is all they really get. Maka. At range, he's probably actually now dead. I don't know. He might get to the end, and he will be. And he goes. Only the one casualty. Really, not the worst thing in the world. 6-3. Sinners. This is a decent T side, honestly. They are actually looking good. They've been quite close rounds within the rounds themselves, but in the more macro sense of things, it's a very good spot that we're in at the moment. And that's where I do get very concerned. With not seeing enough out of 3D Max on a map, which makes it be very, very good for them.
Yeah, and it's still not a point for them, is it, where, you know, they're able to sort of save themselves. Probably want to see them hit 5 at the very least. Money has been an issue. Yeah, and they're always good for a bit of a round once they get the guns back up. Jocko knows what's up, man. Yeah. Absolutely ruined. Absolutely ruined. Perfect play from Jocko.
Maka on the boost. This is a relatively common boost in all fairness, but still a little bit of a difficult one to clear. A pot flash, though, should do the job. 3-4 Sinners, but they've already won a 2v5, so to a degree, you can kind of back them at times. Little jiggle peek, very nearly gets caught by Oscar. Smoke will meet them in towards main, and that might force them to rotate away. The bomb is in the direction of A, but it's only one man there. It's only Shock, and he knows he can't really afford to fall, so has to just play it a little slower.
This is where it becomes a bit problematic for Sinners, though, isn't it? You know, they go down, and they don't really have much of a way back in. There's clearly not a super deep game plan here. I think 3D Max are just, you know, a bit caught off by the fact that you don't see Sinners for a while, and then all of a sudden they sort of burst into you. Or maybe you just go for a little bit of a peek, and there's like 3 of them. Nice finds from Lucky in the end, but it felt like that one was secure, was indeed over. Curious to see now what 3D Max have got cooking up to just try and close this gap as much as they possibly can. I mean, if they can find 6 in the end, you know, it's a great half, actually.
It is. I mean, honestly, 3D Max get at least 5 my books. I'm happy. 6 is beautiful. Again, the other side, Sinners can still lock in 8 here, which would be really good for them. They remove him, a risk scope. Tempted to go through doors. Lucky on the other side. It comes over. There's a lot of damage, in fact. At range, I'm so surprised that doesn't hit.
Kind of crazy. We'll see, though. Is anything else going to land for them? Or Morisco. Big pickups. Little oversight from Gravity. He was not ready, and Morisco keeps on going. Yeah, Maka wildly taking that fight. Shock, of course, 5v2. Going to go for the risky move. It's less of a risk if you're so far up. Jocko bouncing around here. Back turned. Oh, my goodness, guys. Orpers are banned. Either way, round will be secured now that they know where he's at.
2 of those kills coming through there as well for Morisco, or off the back of 2 people not even looking in his direction. He kind of gets them for free. I mean, it's one of those where kind of gifted in a way to Sinners, but for 3D Max, it's a kind of a bad one to blunder away. And Sinners now lock in the guaranteed lead at that halfway point. 7-5 is what we had in towards map number 1, though, and that ended 13-8 to 3D Max. So I'm still not, you know, completely all out for 3D Max. They buy back in here as well. They get a 5th. Like I said, I'm still relatively happy. Sinners, for me, this has still been a pretty decent seaside. One in which they can absolutely work with Oscar. Yeah, just the edge of that smoke. Will catch Gravity. Do they expect Jocko, however, up close?
The $1,000,000 question. It does not look like it. Oh, he goes a bit early. He might even have, you know, been able to steal a couple there if he went greedy for it. You know, it's kind of a wild move if you ask me. You don't play the trigger discipline on the one player there, but then you try and push through a smoke. It's like, are we making risky moves or not? He could have played that a little better in my mind, but benefit of hindsight, doesn't look like it's going to matter all that much. His teammates get folded anyway. Maka, oh, okay. V-stick just was like, I don't know if I want to go in this cave, actually, and still gets bested anyway. But once again, similar situation to the previous round. They know where he's at, so it should be a securable round. Not much of a soft save, though, of course. And Maka, oh my goodness, double spray down. Thank goodness for the Flames to drop him. That could have been something. Either way, 8-4 at the turn of the half here. We're going to take a break. Hopefully, we won't be too long with this one.
silence. The future is here to revolt. Embrace your destiny, slay your enemy, raise a legacy. No more apologies, trust your abilities, gather the energies. Pull yourself back together, staying off track forever. Child of the nation, will seek redemption, time for salvation. Today is meant to be day of victory, time for history. Rebirth's a tendency, fight the entropy, channel your rivalry. You're praying for fortune to come, you're hearing the sound of the drums. It's too late to backtrack, go back, you're back now. Keep your feet on the ground and stand up. You've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out, out, out. Stand up, up. You've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you back out, out. Give all you got and show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, up. You've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you back out, out. Give all you got and show them how to make a miracle. Go save your team, be a hero. Take home the cup, be a star. They waiting for you, take aim, shoot your arrow. It's your time to shine, show them who you are. Stronger, gotta go faster, gotta get better, gotta work harder. It's fight or flight now, get out now. Go with the move, go for the goal, lead up the stadium, you know how it's done. Stand up, up, you've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you back out, out. Give all you got and show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, up, you've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you back out, out. Give all you got and show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out, out, out. Stand up, up, you've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you back out, out. Give all you got and show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, up, you've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you back out, out. Give all you got and show them how to make a miracle.
no need to go begin. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win. You either got it or you don't. You either bought it or you won't. You either wanna give it everything or you wanna cry about a soul. I'ma say it from the jump. Mama ain't raised a chump. My mama raised me to persevere if I'm ever here in a slum. Cause nobody starts at the top. You do your part and you better buy. Working hard each and every day, even though some days it get hard to watch. But you gotta trust the process. Grind hard, don't you ever quit. It's a must, you see the progress. Got a ball till you get it hit. They can never do what I could do, cause they on the same stuff. If you doubt me, then I'm coming to show them what I'm made of. Yeah, always showing your integrity. Yeah, if you want it, I'ma let them see. No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy, it's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory, there's no need to go begin. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win. No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy, it's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory, there's no need to go begin. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win.
Wake up, put the work in, that's the only way it's gonna work out. Hard work and dedication, no time for procrastination. Takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of heart mixed with motivation. On the days that you feeling down, look in the mirror for your inspiration. Like, woo, just notice, never stop, never quit. People wanna see you doing good, but never better than them. Gotta push yourself to the limits. You cannot lose if you are not in it. You gotta lose sometimes just to win it. Don't get discouraged, it's just the beginning. Yeah, turn up. Don't end up a Timmy Turner. Don't get caught up in the streets. Don't get caught up with a burner. Don't be a slow learner. Oh no, you only get one shot, one chance. Talk.
Making magic when they need it most.
Okay, we are back in, guys. Apologies again, sort of server issues, you know, just across the board a little bit. There's something going on with one or two players somewhere that, you know, they just cannot get it to marry up. Maka will open up proceedings. A solid find from him. 3D Max absolutely need this pistol if they are to start things well.
At the very least, Maka. Always good for one with this P250. Always raid bosses, and he seems to do very, very solidly. Happening towards map number 1 as well. That P250 got active early. They're barreling in here. They're going to get the sight. They're going to fight as well, and Shock as he falls. That probably spells the beginning of the end here. They're giving a lot of space towards B-Stick and allows them to get one, but yeah, this round probably done here already. Nice open plant. One in rotation spotted. And then a 2 versus 4. No, 3D Max lost a 2v5 earlier, but this one, surely not on the cards.
You would hope not. Maka locking it in with that one as well. Oscar's just nowhere near. It's not like he's going to be able to creep in with this USP and completely pop off. He kind of knows that. So he will save his armor, ultimately, and try and give it another go in the next round, as will the rest of Sinners. But yes, 3D Max, clean find from them. Very, very decisive indeed. This is where, you know, it could get a bit difficult. Really, really scary look for Sinners. If they can't make themselves known with sort of that first rifle kind of thing, the gap is going to close real fast.
That is, you know, MR12, right? It very rapidly catches up to you. So, what are we seeing? Sinners, oh my god, they're going to go for the force buy again. Sinners are, from what we've seen today, they force every time. They're 0 for 3 on them, which is, you know, yeah, it makes you think, when are we going to learn, right? But they're going to go for it. This is part and parcel of their playstyle, but lose this, and 3D Max absolutely have such a good chance of catching up. Molotov comes over towards Dark as Jocko trying to make a bit of a move here. He's trying to catch him, but, oh my god, just deleted. No head armor, only going one way. So Cease will get one of his own as well. We were 2-9 across this tournament and 0 for 3 for Sinners. It's about to be 2 for 10. And 0 for 4, unless they can pull this one back from a 2 versus 5. This one isn't being converted. Sinners, I don't know why they keep going for these force buys. They never work.
Yeah, it's a part of the DNA that's maybe got to go. Again, especially on, you know, map like Anubis. CT side, sorry, is not that strong anyway. So it's like, force buy is probably not going to work. Do you have a game plan for them? Not really. They're hoping for, you know, someone to pop off or get an early rifle or something. Then you got to eco. Then you've got like a rifle round that's not super strong. So it's like you're just stacking the deck against yourself. And it really is strange. But
Yeah, I mean,
like I say, I think it is just part of the kind of DNA of some of these players and some of these teams.
It has to be a mental thing of where they think, oh, you know, we can beat them. And I've spoken to a couple of pros who've said the same thing, where it's like, it's just mental. You know, you think you're better. You think you can out-aim them, even if you've only got pistols or MP9s or whatever. But, you know, we're at a time where, especially these two teams in particular, I mean, 3D Max actually don't force as much. So I guess it would make more sense. But, you know, these are sides who want to be tier 1. And tier 1 teams, it's all about playing percentages. And the percentages are so stacked against Sinners when it comes towards these CT force buys. When they lose the pistol and they continue to try and push this agenda, and it just continues to come right back in their face. So 3D Max, this one's basically a given. You'd hope at the very least. And it's going to be a 1-round game. Kind of crazy. Smoking a swing. Jocko actually might fall here.
Yeah, he does go down a little bit. But the rest of them are able to clean up house. You know, it doesn't get too crazy. So they're all good to lose a player, but yeah, beyond that, not an awful lot. Plank comes in, shot back and away. Just being a bit of a nuisance, isn't he, really? Trying to sneak around and maybe find a kill. He's been spotted now, though. He's got to take this fight. Does not work for him. And 3D Max have brought it back.
Alrighty. The only thing that actually makes that kind of unfortunate, I guess you could say, when you look at that round specifically, it's just Jocko spots them throwing the flash. If he doesn't, that pop flash actually potentially works. It pops quite open. Could have caught the mid players. But it's just Jocko who, a little bit ahead of the pack, he sees the flash coming over and he calls and he says, turn. Tells everybody to turn. And they all turn. They all play anti. So he just turns back around and mows them down. So, honestly, that's the only thing that made that little round, sadly, fall apart. But, all in all, it was probably going to be non-starter regardless. 1 round in it. 3D Max have got a buy to kind of come up against, which they'll expect, but they can overcome it. This is really decent potential for them, and Oscar's AWP is going to be caught. And he's going to be blown away as well. Beasting tried to pick it up, spamming E, but the game said no.
Yeah, that's a rough one for him. Very, very unfortunate indeed, but what you can do about it. Of course, being a man down is sort of the major concern for Sinners. A lot of noise being made here by 3D Max, giving their game away, so to speak. A nice little angle for Morisco. Shot down below also looks good, but too many different angles for him to check. We'll see. Rotation's here. Oh my, and he keeps on going. Dink out with the USP as well. This is a mess. This is an absolute mess from 3D Max. The nade doesn't quite make it down onto the bomb site. Somehow, it's only B-stick remaining for Sinners. It looked so good for just a second, but Shock's the only one that gets any kills.
Yeah, a real scrappy round of Counter-Strike there, but 3D Max, just because they had the site itself, make it work for them. 8-all. 3D Max are now in the exact same way they're doing towards Inferno. They are barreling towards taking this map, just on the back of the way in which Sinners struggle on their CT side. They're just getting caught off guard. They're constantly either over-fighting or actually to a degree under-fighting sometimes as well, and just having no real look in. Oh my god. We're on for something here. Over by B6 MP9. Honestly, it's so close here. Might potentially go over. in the exact same way they're doing towards Inferno. They are barreling towards taking this map, just on the back of the way in which Sinners struggle on their CT side. They're just getting caught off guard. They're constantly either over-fighting or actually to a degree under-fighting sometimes as well, and just having no real look in. Oh my god. We're on for something here. Over by B6 MP9. Honestly, tough up close here. Might potentially go overlooked. Especially as there's been no sound, no pop flash, nothing of the sort.
Spamming away. But yeah, nothing found. We'll see, man. We'll see. I like the idea of the late round move from that MP9, but don't know that you can see so much action. Morisco melts ever so slightly, hoping for an early peek. Nothing coming. Oh, there it is. He gets quick click in the crosshair. 55 seconds left on the clock. There goes B-Stick, but he does a fair amount of damage. I mean, we'll see. There's some strong weaponry in here for Sinners. Got to be very, very careful. Jocko takes some damage, but thankfully it's not in the head. You know, it's very, very messy.
Off over. Ashki. He's still keeping this a conversation here. I can't lie. Allowing the Deagles to isolate fight in itself inherently is risky. Still popping away and still fighting. How have Sinners walked away with that round? They put a 9th on the board in a round that never even should have got going. And 3D Max, they're kind of their own worst enemy there. They're so tentative. So scared in so many of their fights when they could have just flown in, utilized the guns in their favor, and they opt not to. Man, that is a tough one. 3D Max going to call for their second tack timeout, and probably just to figure out what went wrong.
Yeah, that's wild. That is absolutely wild. And I mean, a bit of a game changer as well. Sinners, first round for them out in the second half comes like that. And, you know, the thing is, as we mentioned, turning over, they just did not have a lot of room, 3D Max. So every single round that sort of slips away, even that had been a rifle round, I think they take a timeout as well. So really have to be careful not to allow Sinners the momentum. They do not want to let this one continue on and, you know, another toss of the coin, so to speak. Really should be securing it here on Anubis. You know, you got that Dust 2 coming up next. And Sinners quite like that. So, yeah, you got to win it here and now if you're 3D Max.
It's true. Very true. Got to be very, very careful. Don't things could go south quite quickly. So, let's see. Hot Flash going to come in. They're going to go quick. B-Stick, caught by the flash. Name can't be said for Mikey, though. And he's going to line them up. Oh, even getting 2 out of that for Mikey is not bad. But B-Stick gets caught through the smoke. That changes the narrative. Thankfully, Morisco finds one of his own. As that smoke breaks, this is carnage. But it's looking good for Sinners.
What is going on here? But yes, it does indeed look pretty good for Sinners. That bomb... Oh, not being planted just yet.
Right.
How's this going to play out? Look, he's going in. Shot ready, but look, he gets the headshot. Oh my, and a trained angle here for Maka. Moves off at the last second. Not even last half a second. It will make the difference. They're going to bail on B and try and hit A instead. Meanwhile, Morisco is attempting to get ahead of them. He might just be able to do so here, I think.
He's going to beat them.
Yep. Oh, he does slow down. But surely, look, you're not expecting this. You've got to clear all your angles. Yeah, Morisco is there. Ready to go. But then he backs off. And so Maka gets an easy plant if he wants.
Okay. Bomb goes down. 1v2. And I think at the moment, if you want anybody in this situation, it is Maka. Has been pretty damn good. He's looking to ISA fighter. He's looking to try and see where that guy who was just in heaven is. Maka going to reposition himself, though. If he can clear out via heaven, then he gives himself a lot of space. Now has to expect mid, surely.
Spray down lands. Not a lot of time here for Oscar. Macca's got the upper hand on this one. Here's him coming in. Tap onto the bomb. Not being held. Wide swing from Macca, and he will make it happen. 3D Max gives Sinners a taste of their own medicine with the upset round.
And he picks the ult back up to just a cherry on top. So off the back of what was really good from Sinners to convert, an eco half by round, it's really good in response out of 3D Max, a round in which they absolutely needed, or else potentially we would have been already looking at that third map. Attack ball taken by 3D Max, their third and final in regulation. We do wonder now, is this going to be enough? Do they have the confidence after these last couple of rounds to see whether they can close it out? Sinners, they've been pretty lax with calling their attack pauses. They don't seem to do them all too often. Is their idea from halftime? Is it enough? We'll have to see. But for now, this game in anybody's hands. 9-all. A very difficult one to call off the back of this pause. Buyout both ways. The only issue is the economy a little bit worse for wear over towards Sinners. If they lose this round, all of that could swing massively in favor of 3D Max, and right when it matters most.
Ooh, okay. Ricky with the wild sort of pushing actually makes it work. It was a bit risky that early, but yeah. Confidence for Sinners. He also had an aim push come in. Doesn't actually find anything really, whether negative or positive, but all the same, really keen stuff here. And Sinners looking good with the man advantage. 3D Max left guessing.
Moving together as a pack. Marisco, he gets 2 here. That's round done. Gonna pop this. No, they're gonna contact that. It's kind of a crazy decision. It's such a common angle to play. So going 1 for 1, I mean, it's all right, but Marisco gets a freebie for that first, and that just still keeps the numbers in favor. Hot Flash now comes through. As it breaks through the window, Jocko tentative to swing.
Slow walk up here on towards A. Might not be expected. Macca with the AWP as well. See, smoke lineup. Simple. But effective. Does make B-Stick's job a little harder. Burst through the smoke. Can't see anything. The flames will scare him off as well. Shot surely falls here. Oh my. She manages to stay alive. 8 seconds to get the bomb plant down. It's a bit of a panicked one, but I think 3D Max just about have create the parameters to do it. What's happened there? Mikey goes down.
No.
Shock the next to fall. Macca getting another. And Oscar is left to do it all. He's been heard. He's been spotted. There's no chance. That is insane. Macca looked away, but Mikey came around the corner with a nade in hand. So he had to reset. And by that point, Macca had seen him and was ready for the fight. Unbelievable.
I mean, Oscar gets his, but I cannot believe. I mean, I guess how lucky that was for Macca, but then in all fairness, how well he does too.
True.
Oh, hey.
Gets another kill with it.
Oh my god, Macca just stays alive. Just about. But yeah, I mean, yeah, he gets another one afterwards, and then that's it. So, either way. 9-10. 3D Max first eye to crack into double digits. This is absolutely game on. Well, a very positive position for 3D Max. Sinners, they can't really afford to force around that orb. In some instances, it's definitely the right idea, but I just don't think it is here. It's not worth the risk.
Yeah, I think it's kind of fair, but you know, it's really, really tough. They're in that damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of spot. Yeah. A lot of pressure moving forwards. I mean, there's been a lot of pressure for a while now. Seems 3D Max performing ever so slightly better under it. Digging deeper into the strat book. want that Pro League spot, of course.
True.
But we'll see here. This, of course, was a realm in which Sinners found success last time. That looked like a leg to me, but Maka makes it work for the frag. Morisco has retrieved the AWP and gives it his best go. Shock, meanwhile, to work his way in behind. He gets taken down. This is not looking good for Sinners. Maybe just try and battle to save this AWP now.
I think you're right. On the corner 9, a Beastic will get one. Another upgrade, which she'll take. An AK AWP save, it's not bad. They can buy around it in towards the next, but your position that it might not save. That shot. Morisco. Oh, in all fairness, made a little conversation. They might be tempted in the 1v2 here for Beastic because they have a buy next round regardless. So yeah, he's coming over to give this a look.
Why not? However, there's nobody around in the crosshair, so time of the essence for this guy. Doesn't have a kit. Yeah, really can't waste too much more time than this, to be honest. Molotov bounced off towards A main, get that bomb tapped, maybe cause one of them to panic peek, but not going to be the case. He crosses in, and down he will go to Maka. There was a conversation, like you say, buying anyway, but unfortunately, no real dice there. All right, let's see moving forwards what Sinners have got in store for us, or if 3D Max will pull off the heartbreaking 2-0 here.
It's true. Oh, this is the last hurrah, right? This is the all-in play. If this round is not converted, for Sinners, map series, grand final, and Pro League spot going the way of 3D Max. It's as simple as that. They have to win round number 21. If they don't, Mikey could be in trouble. Oh my god, the pot flash from Gravity is a stunner. Mikey's idea is not bad, but that flash is an absolute perfect counter.
Lovely stuff. Ooh, Gravity through the smoke. Unfortunate for Sinners, that might just be the game-breaking moment. We'll see here. Oscar's still on the AWP. Always looks good to me. Need him to kind of pop off. Is he in the right place? That's the big question. I mean, the bomb not really dedicating to anything just yet, so 3D Max will have run-of-the-mill, plenty of options available to them, but not moving.
Smoke. Over. Jocko. Drop a nade behind it as well, but Molotov will meet him now. E-stick. As I say today, backside. It is all a ruse in all fairness. I mean, Jocko trying to keep attention drawn. E-stick getting aggro. Jocko holding an AWP at range of Maka. Gets a freebie. 2v5. I know they lost one earlier, but surely now not a possibility. If they just walk in towards B, they'll realize no one's there, and the bomb is coming over. Jock will find one. Molotov will be dropped as well, but I'll soon realize there's nobody towards this B site. That's going to be the round itself. Leaving it a little late, yes, but it doesn't matter. In the end, 3D Max, map, series, Pro League spot, now locked into place. I don't think they want to give this retake a go. Surely not with an AWP.
No, you wouldn't have thought so, man. It definitely sucks for them, but they just have to give it up. It's not contestable. Oscar is kind of sticking around maybe at the extremity, but... Okay. Still curious here. It's not a kit, so some sort of late round ninja I don't think will really work. Just kind of being annoying, to be fair. And it also irks me a little bit. It's like if you're saving, you got to save. But we talked about this a little bit before. Maybe a point that we've not raised for a while. Difficult map to save on this one at times. So maybe that's part of their logic here, is that they feel they have to fight in some kind of direction to just have a safe place to take these weapons into the next round. All the same, 3 in a row going to be required here from Sinners. They just about are able to cobble together a buy thanks to those savers. 3D Max, though. One more. That's all they need. And whoa, whoa.
Hang on.
What do you know? Sinners with the timeout. They do know where the button is.
They figured it out. Fair play. About time. Might be too little too late, though. They're so lax with these timeouts. It is one of those things where there's probably a reason behind it. You know, they have a coach, Tom Keish, who... I don't think that's actually been with this team for, you know, a fairly decent amount of time. Yeah, you know, been with them nearly 2 years now, but My assumption is because of the lack of timeouts, and this is only an assumption, that a lot of the ideas and the plans and all the rest around this team come off the back of the players in the server rather than the coach itself. Maybe there's more of a kind of an analyst type coach who does a lot of, you know, server work, a lot of anti-stratting and all the rest, but in the game itself maybe isn't kind of as impactful, or so to say. So that's my only assumption, because they really just do not call them very much at all. We'll see. 12-9. 3D Max just 1 round away now. Gravity gets super aggro in via mid. He'll be met with a nade. Maka. Oh, he's posted. If he just stays here, he might get a chance, and he will. Oscar, the talisman of Sinners, caught and dropped.
Yeah, not good, man. It's a big name. It's a big weapon as well. Shock. Quiet game for him. Needed more than that. Down goes Morisco. And with him, potentially the hopes of Sinners staying alive here in the EPL qualifier. B-Stick all alone. Surely got to be all said and done here. Back turn. Lucky will take him down, and 3D Max do it in 2. 13-8, 13-9. Pretty clean, pretty decisive victories coming in from them. And of course, they will seal their spot in a second Pro League in a row. Season 20, we'll be seeing 3D Max there.
Deserved. 3D Max absolutely deserved.